Taylor Swift recently embarked on her world tour for Reputation, and it's been a huge success so far. She's been playing a lot of her old songs too, which has been kind of fun to hear again. I've always been a fan of hers in both the pop and country genres, so if you're like me and you like T-Swizzle, then stick around because this week I'm counting down my top 10 all-time favorite Taylor Swift songs. Let's blast off! I can't stop with these boys from California. Konnichiwa, cyborgs. I'm Jonathan Miller, and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, helping you become a better songwriter. I make futuristic and outer space inspired dance pop music, and every Wednesday on this channel, I'm helping others take their music to level 2. That sounds good? Consider subscribing. If not, here's the reason for the teardrops on my guitar. Or you could just subscribe and make me happy. Okay, so before we get into it, please remember that this is just my opinion. Your opinion might be different, and that is perfectly fine. So don't sweat it too much, and let's get started. Number 10, we are never ever getting back together. We are never ever 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 getting back together. I originally hated this song. I was like, what is this, Taylor? I am not a fan. And then, I don't know what happened exactly. I must have heard it on the radio, like not thinking about it or something, and I was just like hooked. I have no idea what happened. I think it was probably that spoken breakdown because it's just exactly how people my age talk, and I love that. It's catchy, it's memorable, and it's funny. Now I love it, and it's just so good. Number 9, ready for it? Are you ready for it?
I was a robber, first time that he saw me, stealing hearts and running off and never saying sorry. But if I'm a thief, then he can join the heist and we'll move to an island, and he can be my jailer, virgin to this tailor.
It's urban and explosive, and y'all know I love me some dark urban pop. It's got such an epic vibe, and I just love it. And right now on the radio, there's a lot of what I'm calling atmospheric pop. It's like full of reverb and there's a lot of space. And this song is like directly in contrast with that. And that's why I just love it. It's got the grit in it, and I love that. Number 8 is Delicate.
He's a he's a chill that you're in my head, 'cause I know that it's delicate. Yeah, he's a cool that is that is it too soon to do this yet, 'cause I know that it's delicate.
This song has actually grown on me more and more as the months go on. The video is kind of silly and fun in such a dark era for Taylor that it's sweet, and I like it, and I still love that damn vocoder effect. More of that, please. Number 7, 15.
When Abigail gave everything she had to a boy who changed his mind, and we both cried, 'cause when you're 15 and somebody tells you they love you, you're gonna believe them.
I think it captures that age well, where you're starting high school and you're really awkward, but you're trying not to be awkward. It's a really good depiction of that. It reminds me of my freshman year, and I know for a fact that I was completely a different person from the beginning of high school to the end of high school. And the melodies in that song are just beautiful, and I think it's really cool that her friend Abigail let her tell her story. It's such a honest thing, especially at the age when Taylor released it, so it's really cool, and I think it's just very sweet and very truthful. Number 6, Clean.
10 months sober, I must admit, just because you're clean don't mean you don't miss it. 10 months older, I won't give in. Now that I'm clean, I'm never gonna risk it.
My favorite line in this song is, just because you're clean don't mean you don't miss it, which is honestly so relatable. Whether that's addiction of any kind, and obviously in this specific example, you know, about a relationship that probably wasn't good for you, and just because you've kind of moved on, you know, there's kind of this weird emptiness you feel and you don't really know what to do. I have definitely gone through that, so I love that song. And in such a highly produced album, it's refreshingly light, even though the subject matter is kind of sad. I think it's a good album closer, so it's just really, really nice. I like that. Number 5, Out of the Woods.
And I remember thinking, are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good. Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? In the clear yet? Good.
The chorus in this song is just pop magnificence. The melodies, the harmonies, the volume, the drums, it's just so good. And I was so happy when it was finally picked as a single, which by the way, it took them long enough. I had to wait a long time for that, but I'm glad it came out and I really, really liked it. And what's really cool about this song is even though the lyrics are just, are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? The instrumentation and the background makes you feel like you're lost in a forest and you really get wrapped up in the story, which is just so cool and what you want from songwriting. Honestly, that song is just badass and awesome. I love it. Number 4, Begin Again.
Walked in expecting you'd be late, but you got here early and you stand and wave. I walk to you. You pull my chair out and help me in, and you don't know how nice that is, but I do.
Another album closer on this list. It's a good end to the Red album and I think kind of wraps up the sound perfectly. It's simple and I really like her vocals on the song. I think they sit really nicely in the mix. The chords in the background just provide a nice gentle lift in the right places and it's so good. Number 3, Welcome to New York.
Everybody here was someone else before, and you can want who you want. Boys and girls, welcome to New York. It's been waiting for you. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York.
Y'all know I love album openers and this just sets things off in the right way. The instrumentation is gorgeous and is the perfect transition piece between Red and 1989. So good and I wish it would have been a single. Why was it not a single, Taylor? I waited forever and it never came. That needed to be a single. I'm sorry. It was amazing. I at least, okay, maybe it didn't need to be a single, but I at least wanted a music video for it, which I guess would kind of make it a single, but you know what I mean. Okay, so number 2 and number 1 kind of flip-flop all the time, so it was very difficult to finally seal them in a specific place. So in this video, I may say this next one is number 2, but in the future, I might say that it's number 1. You don't know, because I love them equally and I have good memories associated with both of them, so just bear with me, okay? Anyway, number 2 is Teardrops on My Guitar.
'Cause here's a reason for the teardrops on my guitar. The only one who's got enough of me to break my heart. He's the song in the car I keep singing, don't know why I do.
I may or may not have liked a dude named Drew in high school who was not gay, so this song got a lot of mileage on my iPod, okay? But for real though, it's honest, it's beautifully crafted, it's a sweet song, and honestly, who hasn't gone through something like that? That song, from the first time I heard it, always inspired me to be more honest and truthful in my records, and I really admire her for putting herself out there like that on that song. So I think that Teardrops is a masterclass that is just done so well. 10 out of 10 stars. So before we get to number 1, remember how I said this list was very difficult to make? I do have some honorable mentions, and they are 22, Wildest Dreams, Back to December, Picture to Burn, White Horse, Love Story, Blank Space, and Red. But my all-time favorite Taylor Swift song, for now, it might be Teardrops on My Guitar in the future, you don't know, is probably one a lot of people don't expect, and that is Sparks Fly.
Drop everything now, meet me in the pouring rain, kiss me me on the sidewalk, take away the pain, 'cause I see sparks fly whenever you smile. Give me with those green eyes, baby, as the lights go down.
Something about that guitar riff just instantly makes me smile. I don't know why. I love it. I think it's just so sweet, and every time that song starts, I'm just like instantly in a good mood. Doesn't matter where or what phase of life I'm in, it always puts me in a good mood. And the first time I actually heard it too, I was decorating for Christmas, so I guess I have really good memories associated with it too. That probably factors into that a little bit. And as a songwriter, I love that she performed it for quite a while before actually putting it on an album. And you can actually search for all of the earlier versions for it, which is kind of fun to see. But ultimately, I love the final version that ended up on Speak Now, so I love it. It's so sweet and it just puts me in a good mood, and 15 out of 10. So those are my top 10 favorite Taylor Swift songs. Question of the video, what are your favorite Taylor Swift songs? Leave me a comment below letting me know. If you want to check out the review of her album Reputation that I did, there's links in the description below. You can also check out any other artist top 10s that I've done. All of that information is in the description. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new. I put out new videos every single Wednesday. Once again, I'm Jonathan Miller, and I will see you next time. Matane!